The Huskies and the Coyotes of South Dakota. Opening tap will be Chris Jones against Howard Charnowski. And Dean, this is as loud, I think, as this place is going to get this year.
Great atmosphere for Division II basketball. It's going to be a fun game.
There's the toss and the tap controlled by the Huskies. Actually, Jones won the tap, but McDonald cut in, came up with the basketball, and St. Cloud State has the first possession. They're into the front court. Stuart Kramer has it on the left wing, guarded by Troy Taranis. Kramer passes off to Charnowski. His man is Jones. Bounce pass to the baseline. McDonald lost it out of bounds as he bobbled the ball under intense pressure from Mark Andrews, and it goes over to South Dakota. Here come the Coyotes now into the front court with their senior point guard, John Brennigan, guarded by Ward as he comes across the timeline. Both teams in the man-for-man. Troy Taranis has it on the left wing. Now Jones posting up high, trying to go around Beaudette, but lost his dribble out of bounds. Jones tried to move down the lane, got by Beaudette for a moment, but the ball slipped away.
Good defense by Beaudette. I look for that matchup. Chris Jones trying to take Beaudette off the dribble a lot tonight.
Here's Ward and the Huskies into the front court. McDonald has it, left corner, looking in for Beaudette. He's covered. Now McDonald passes to the lane. Charnowski turns, fakes, now shoots, and it's blocked by Cloth. A clean block by the Coyotes center, Mike Cloth. And USD comes back the other way. We're still scoreless, almost a minute into this ball game. Into the front court, Andrews has it out on top for the Coyotes. Off to Taranis, and his bounce pass intended for Cloth off the foot of Kramer and out of bounds. It'll stay with USD. Pass in from the right corner on their baseline. Brennigan will toss it in for the Coyotes. He loops it out on top to Andrews. Now back to Brennigan, who along with Troy Taranis were both honorable mention all NCC performers a year ago. Andrews has it on the right wing. Now to Jones. Works off a pick. Bounce pass back to Cloth, but intercepted by a helping out Stuart Kramer. Ahead to Ward. Huskies on the break. Ward behind the back on the dribble. Dumps it off left baseline. Beaudette shoots and misses. In and out on that left baseline jumper, and the rebound to Andrews.
Both teams to be starting out a little tight tonight.
Mark Andrews brings it all the way into the front court on his dribble. Passes off on top to Brennigan. Now back to the off guard. Andrews working against Ward on a switch. Now Jones has it. He's open. Shoots from 15. Misses. No good. Rebound controlled by Beaudette. Ahead to Ward. The Huskies are 2 on 4 in this break. Ward still goes to the basket. Dishes for Charnowski. He fakes, shoots it, and banks it in.
Great play by Howard. You saw Chris Jones right in front of him. Pump faked him, got him up in the air, made the basket. Nice play by Howard.
Now we were a minute and 52 seconds into the game before we had a score. Finally, the Huskies get it on the basket by Charnowski, and back at the other end, a foul on St. Cloud State. Beaudette caught for throwing an elbow underneath against Jones. First foul of the ball game against the Huskies center, who, as Butch Raymond mentioned, is playing with a bit of the flu tonight. We'll see how he responds. Pass in from the baseline. Jones has it, guarded by Charnowski. In the left corner, open is Brennigan. Tries a three, that's good. And they say a two-pointer. Apparently he was just inside the arc for the Coyotes' first score.
One person the Huskies have to locate all night. He's a great shooter, shooting 55% from the three-point land.
He was 4 of 6 from that range in the first meeting between these two clubs this year. Huskies in the front court, and they lose it. A pass to Beaudette off his hands, recovered by Taranis. Ahead to Brennigan with an easy fast break layup.
South Dakota, they're well known for their defense. They're a very, very good defensive team. I don't know if they're either first or second defense, and that's a great tribute to the team.
Huskies in the front court with Beaudette. St. Cloud State down 4-2, 17:20 left in the first half. Out near the timeline is Dan Ward, the point guard. Gets it off for the big center, Beaudette. Now on the right wing, Joel McDonald. Into the corner, Charnowski with it for the Huskies. The power forward down the baseline. Double team, cut off, kicks it back out. Ward will try a 23-footer off the back iron, no good. And the rebound to South Dakota. Andrews brings it ahead up the right sidelines on a half-hearted break for USD. Passes out on top to Brennigan. Back to Mark Andrews. Dribbles to his right off a pick. Shoots the three. That's good.
A defensive stopper, boy. I watched him in pregame, and that guy never missed at all. He's got a great touch.
Division I transfer Mark Andrews making it 7-2 South Dakota. Here's Ward working against Brennigan down the lane. Ward dishes for Bodette, and he drew the foul as Kloth reached in, and Mike Kloth has USD's first foul of the night.
What makes Andres so tough on defense is he's very physical. He's a very strong young man, and Joel's trying to go through screens, but what Andres is doing is he's just beating him to the spot with his muscle. He's doing a great job. Joel's going to have to work hard to get open tonight.
Bodette going to the line now. Talking about those NCC statistics, South Dakota leads the league in defense, allowing 63 points per game. They lead the league in free throw shooting and in rebounding. They're second in field goal shooting and scoring. Their lowest standing in any of the league's statistical departments is assists, where they are number 3. The Huskies are right up with the Coyotes in field goal, or rather in free throw shooting, where St. Cloud State is second. The Huskies are third in rebounding. But in most of the other departments, St. Cloud State falls off a bit. So South Dakota statistically is right where they should be, being an unbeaten 10-0 team. Second free throw good. Bodette makes 1 of 2 now. He will come out of the game. And again, it's very possible that Chris could see reduced minutes tonight due to his illness. He is replaced by Greg Kesty. And now backcourt pressure by the Huskies. And the ball goes out of bounds. Jones was trapped, but it went out of bounds off of a St. Cloud State player, so it stays with South Dakota. Kesty, the 6'7" senior, in at the post now for the Huskies, and he will match up with Chris Jones as the Huskies drop back into their man-for-man defense. Brennigan brings it ahead. Coyotes leading by 4. 16:20 left first half. Tirana's on top. Brennigan, who wears number 13 on the right wing. He dribbles back out on top. Brennigan bothered by Ward. Brennigan cuts to his right, stops atop the key, gets it off for Andrews on the right wing. He is checked by Stu Kramer. Now out to Brennigan, fakes the jumper, goes to the dribble drive, stops on the wing. Out to Andrews, top of the circle, down the lane, had his shot blocked from behind by Kramer. Ball is loose on the floor, recovered by Ward. Good defense by Kramer. He's made a couple of big defensive plays already. Now Kramer with a nice save, almost lost it. Gets it back into the front court. Stu gets a shovel pass from Ward, puts up the three-pointer, it won't go. Huskies starting out cold early on from the field. South Dakota with the rebound, and they're in the front court, leading 7-3. Jones has it. He's way out on the left side. Sharnowski is with him this time down court. Lob pass in, open as Kloth banked it in.
Very good patience. Chris Jones just waited till the backside help left and just threw a nice high-low pass. Good play.
First 2 for Kloth, the USD center. It's 9-3 Coyotes. Lob pass down low. Sharnowski is there, missed the reverse layup. Got the feed from Ward on top, but Haug tried to shoot it up over his shoulders and missed the layup. Now Andrews tries a 3, swish. Top of the key jumper. Andrews with his second trifecta, and the Huskies want a timeout. 15:09 left first half. It's 11-3 South Dakota, and we'll return after this.
They're playing great defense. You know, Taranis goes out of the game, so what do? They're bringing all-conference player in Rosenquist into the game, so it doesn't get any easier.
Randy Rosenquist, the fourth-year junior, is 6'4" forward out of Sioux City, Iowa, into the game now. Kesty has it front court for the Huskies off their timeout. Kramer on the right wing. Stu Kramer gives it up for McDonald at the free throw line. Back out to Kramer. Now Ward comes out to get it. 25 on the shot clock. Huskies, who have started out slowly offensively here, down by 8 points. Kesty has it on the right side perimeter. Out to McDonald. He'll try a 3. That's off the front iron. No good. Sharnowski battling for the long rebound, and he's able to take it away from a Coyote player, Shane Murphy, who is also checked in. Murphy, the 6'8" junior from Harlan, Iowa, another one of those D1 transfers. Kramer's free throw line, Jay won't go. Offensive board, Sharnowski, his putback is good.
Good play by Haug. Huskies really needed that one. They were struggling a little bit on offense, and they needed a big putback. Haug's the man to do that.
Sharnowski with 4, the Huskies 5 points, and they trail now by 6. Into the front court, South Dakota with Brennigan atop the key. Gets it off for Rosenquist, back to Brennigan, who's now on the right side wing. Bounce pass back out on top, Andrews. Now Rosenquist guarded by McDonald on the left side. Murphy at a high post. Andrews will try his third 3. That rims out, and the rebound to Kesty. Andrews had made his first 2 trays, missed that one. And the Huskies push it ahead with Ward. Fires it down low. Sharnowski banks it in.
Nice play by Ganny. Right now, Haug's keeping the Huskies into it right now.
4 straight by Sharnowski and the Huskies. 11-7 South Dakota. 13:40 left first half. Murphy out on top. Passes to his right to Rosenquist. Back to Murphy, left wing. Here's a 3 by Brennigan. That's short. Rebound Sharnowski. Huskies will try to make it 6 or maybe even 7 in a row as they come ahead. Sharnowski out top, passes in the lane. Kesty, the running hook shot, count it.
Big play. Big play by Kesty.
So it's 11-9 South Dakota. The Huskies, who had the early 2-0 lead but then got down by 11-3, have now stormed back with 6 in a row. Rosenquist, front court off to Murphy. Down the lane, lost his dribble. The ball is loose in the lane. It's tied up, a jump ball, and it'll go to South Dakota as the arrow in favor of the Coyotes. And a little pushing and a few words on the court as Jones and Sharnowski have a few words. Crowd doesn't like it.
That's the emotion of a big game right there. I think Jones has been a little bit frustrated. You know, he hasn't touched the ball a few times on offense. Sometimes that does it.
Pass in now from the baseline to Jones. He immediately goes to the lane, whistle and a foul. Well, you can read the determination on Jones' face there as he said, I'm going to the basket. Got the pass on the right side, dribbled in the lane, wanted to dish for Murphy. But a foul was called on Jones' drive, I believe on Kesty, no, on Sharnowski. His first, the Huskies' second.
One thing I've learned with Chris Jones, the first time I ever saw him was down at Kentucky basketball camp. He won the slam dunk contest and he jumped over a table with somebody laying on it. So the guy's very, very athletic.
Whoa. He comes into this game 3rd in the NCC in scoring, 3rd in field goal percentage, 8th in blocked shots. Listen to the crowd as Jones steps to the line. His free throw is good. And that's his first point. It's 12-9 South Dakota as that ends the string of 6 in a row by the Huskies. One more coming from the transfer from Blake. Second one is good. 13-9 South Dakota. Jones will come out now, and he is replaced by Lauren DeCreif, a 6'5 sophomore from Boyden, Iowa. DeCreif in at a forward. Tyrannus is back in for USD. St. Cloud State will stick with its lineup. Butch Raymond has made only one change so far. Kesty for Beaudet at center. Ward in the front court to Kesty. Back to Ward atop the circle. Cuts into the lane. Had the ball knocked away, but Ward recovers it as he runs it down in the right corner. Danny Ward with his back to the basket. Gets it off for Kramer. Right high edge of the lane. Stu Kramer under intense pressure. Kicks it back out for Ward. 20 on the shot clock. Pass in. Sharnowski's there. Shoots it and banks it in.
Good play by Haug. I think that little scuffle really put some energy in Haug. He's really looking to be offensive tonight.
Sharnowski has 8 of the Huskies' 11 points. They're down by 2. 12-15 to the half. Rosenquist front court for USD to DeCreif. Top of the circle. Back to Rosenquist on the wing. He's a good three-point shooter. Rosenquist spins a bounce pass into the lane. Murphy shot blocked by Sharnowski, who tried to save it, but he stepped on the baseline. Haug Sharnowski, the Huskies' all-time leading shot blocker, got another rejection there. His 11th of the season, but as he went for the loose ball and tried to save it, he stepped on the end line. Now Kramer will come out for St. Cloud State, and Scott Springer will check in. Springer, the fifth-year senior, tri-captain out of Winthrop, Minnesota. Pass in for USD. Brennigan will dribble out top to Murphy on the right wing. Murphy at 6'8" can shoot the outside J. Now Tyrannus, top of the circle. Left side perimeter, here's Brennigan, the point guard. Murphy will try that long jumper and hit it. A 3 from the top of the circle by Shane Murphy.
That's kind of odd. Someone's 6'8". He's almost better outside than he is inside. He's got a great touch.
16-11 in favor of the University of South Dakota. 11:40 left first half. Ward pushes it into the front court and threw it away. Tried to get it down low for Sharnowski as that play's worked so well early on. But DeCreif intercepted. Coyotes on the break. Murphy goes to the basket and scores.
South Dakota, they don't look to run that often, but when they do, they usually take advantage of it. Nice play by Murphy getting down the floor.
18-11 Coyotes as they've scored the last 4 points. Huskies have it with Sharnowski on the right block. Had it stolen away, but stepping on the baseline was Rosenquist after he helped out on the defense, double-teaming Sharnowski. Rosenquist stole it, but then lost it. Now Sharnowski will come out, and he's replaced by Chad Gurman as Butch Raymond brings in the 6'2 junior, so the Huskies go to a smaller lineup. 3-guard set. Gurman has it right wing. Bounce pass in for Kesty. A left-hand jump hook by Kesty over Murphy, won't go. Rebound Murphy ahead to Brennigan. USD leading by 7 in the front court with 11 minutes on the clock. Brennigan right side. Bounce pass in the lane. Here's Tyrannus posting up. His shot. Double pumper is good. Partially blocked by Kesty. It still went down.
Again, that's what makes South Dakota so tough. The versatility. Tyrannus playing the off-guard spot. He's 6'5". Very tough matchup for Chad.
All 5 of the USD scorers, starters that is, have scored. 20-11. Kesty with a spin move down the baseline, missed it, but it was tapped in by Springer.
Nice play by Scott Springer, starting off right where he left off last night. Got a big rebound slam dunk last night. Got a nice play here.
20-13 USD. DeCreif has it. Left wing clears it out. Rosenquist, quick release three-pointer, rims out, no good. Rebound, Ward took it away from Murphy. And Ward comes up court now on his dribble to Gurman. Right corner, long jumper is long off the rim. Rebound, Kesty. Huskies keep it. Kesty kicks it out now. Gurman, right wing, goes to the basket, banked it up and off, but he drew a foul on his drive. And that'll be number 2 on USD.
Nice play by Chad coming into the NCC. Usually everyone knows he wants to spot up and shoot the 3. That time Rosenquist ran out after him, and he just took it to the basket. Nice play.
Foul is on Rosenquist, his first. And again, that's number 2 on USD. Ward will toss it in for the Huskies. From to the right of his basket. Gets it in. Gurman's three-point attempt. Good. Whistle. The basket will count. We had a foul underneath. Basket will count on Gurman's three-pointer. And a loose ball foul away from the play on South Dakota's Shane Murphy as he was jostling for position underneath with Kesty.
I like to see that with Chad. He's been struggling offensively lately. Just came off the screen, hit the nice three-pointer. Now they got it. Now Huskies got a chance for a 5 or a possible 6-point play right now.
Bodette back in for the Huskies. We're at the halfway mark of the first half. 10 minutes left, 20-16 USD. Ward has it. Passes off left wing. Gurman, 3 if it counts. Yes.
Mr. Offense, he can come off the bench and hit those threes.
In a lot of ways, Gurman is to the Huskies what Rosenquist is to South Dakota. A spark off the bench. 20-19 USD, front court. On top is Taranis. Passes off now on the left wing to Brennigan. Whistle and a foul in the lane. One of the Huskies called for holding. It looks like it'll be Ward in the traffic down underneath the basket. Ward called for his first foul, 3rd on St. Cloud State.
That was almost good Danny did that because Taranis had him posted up way deep into the lane, and that would have been an easy 2 for Taranis.
South Dakota now will bring Chris Jones, Mark Andrews, and Mike Kloth back into the game. Howard Charnowski returns for the Huskies. McDonald will sit down for St. Cloud State. Pass in for USD to Jones in the lane. Kloth fakes, now shoots the 8-footer off the back rim, no good. Rebound Charnowski. Hands it off for Ward. And Ward will come up the right side, past the timeline in the front court. Charnowski atop the key, looking for Bodette. He's covered, so Charnowski goes to the dribble. Hands it off for Ward, goes down the lane, kicks it back out. Bodette back to Ward. 30 on the shot clock. Now Gurman, right side wing. Dumps it back out on top to Ward, who calls a play. Danny Ward, the sophomore, between the circles, cuts to his left, passes off Gurman, a shot and a basket.
That's Chad Gurman's coming off the bench. That's what the Huskies need. Right now, the crowd, probably about 4,000 people here, is going crazy.
The Huskies with their first lead since they were up 2-0. It's 21-20 St. Cloud State and a turnover South Dakota as Jones, making his move to the basket, traveled. You know who I'm watching right now? Look at the St. Cloud State red shirts down in the court. They're into it as much as anybody. Todd Bauman and Brad Raymond and Shane Pepping and all those guys going bananas, as is the crowd right now. Timeout on the court taken by South Dakota. 8:47 left first half. 21-20 Huskies. We're back after this. The Minnesota Gophers and Michigan State are tied at 26 all in Big Ten play. And in the second quarter, the San Antonio Spurs are leading the Timberwolves 50-38. Back to the action here at Hallenbeck. The Huskies with their first lead since very early on. They're into the front court with the basketball. Greg Kesty on the left wing. Passes cross court to Scott Springer. Springer has it above his head, edge of the arc. Now to Gurman, left side wing. Ward comes back out to get it, fires it in the lane, off of Kesty's hands, out of bounds. Turnover, Huskies, as Ward really rifled that ball in the paint. Now the Coyotes get it back and a chance to regain the lead as they come ahead with John Brennigan, their senior point guard. Passes off to Andries. Stationed on the right wing side. Andries goes to the dribble, brings it back out on top. Now Jones, right edge of the lane. Cross court on the wing. Here's Taranis, goes to the dribble, stops, kicks it back out. Now the pass in the lane. Jones, bounce pass through traffic, got to Kloth, and he banked it in. I don't know how the pass got there.
That's that unselfishness that Dave Boots was talking about at the beginning of the game.
22-21 Coyotes. Kesty in the front court for the Huskies. Pass it back out on top to Ward. Now Gurman open for that three. Good.
Dad's come off the bench. He can feel it right now. And he's doing it on a great defensive player also.
Gurman with 3 3-pointers. Another basket as well. He has 11. 24-22 St. Cloud State. Taranis to Andries. Now Brennigan way out on the right side for USD. Brennigan will try a three. Top of the key, and it's good.
That's what makes South Dakota so tough. Anytime a team makes a run at him, they always have an answer for him.
Brennigan with 7 on the night so far. 25-24 USD. Gurman has it right corner working against Andries. Gurman stops, whistle, and a travel call on Gurman as Andries tried to draw the charge as Gurman went to his drive, moved towards the hole, and then Gurman called for the turnover. Now change for the Huskies. Dino DeVita, the 6'1 sophomore, will replace Ward at the one guard spot. South Dakota will pass in from the backcourt. USD will make a change as Dave Boots will send Randy Rosenquist back into the game. And he'll take the place of Brennigan, it appears. No, Taranis, yeah. Rosenquist comes in, Dean. 11th in the league in scoring, 10th in rebounding, 8th in steals, 10th in block shots, almost 1,000 points in his career, and the guy comes off the bench.
Well, some guys like that. Some guys would rather come off the bench so they can get a feel of the game, watch and see what's going on. Some guys like to start. Evidently, he's one of those guys who like to come off the bench.
They don't have a sixth-man award in the NCC, but if they did, it would probably be Rosenquist. Now, pass by USD goes out of bounds. Went through the hands of several players, including Chris Jones, last touched by the Huskies. And they'll pass it in front of the St. Cloud State bench. South Dakota in the front court with 6:59 left to go. In our first half, the Coyotes with the ball and a 1-point lead. Andries has it, stops his dribble on the left wing. Passes out on top to Rosenquist. Now down low, Jones posting up, left box, turnaround jumper, in and out. Tapped up and off by Kloth. Tapped up again by Kloth, no good. And then Kloth is called for the foul as he came over the back of Kesty.
The Huskies' big guys, Bodette and Kesty, are really being physical with Jones. That's taking him a little bit out of his game. They got a little scuffle earlier. Now he's got to take time to regroup.
South Dakota's 17-game win streak is the second longest in school history. Their longest was in 1957-58, a 20-game run en route to the NCAA Small College Championship when they finished 22-5 that year. Huskies in the front court down by 1. Charnowski at the top of the circle hands it off for DeVita. He dribbles back out on top. DeVita stops atop the key. Got to get rid of it. Finally does to Charnowski, who came out to help out Dino on that play. Now with 20 on the shot clock, DeVita gets it back right wing working against Rosenquist. DeVita to the baseline. Passes back out. Kesty. He had the open jumper. Passed it up from 18. Now to Gurman. 10 seconds left to shoot. Back to Kesty down the lane. Kesty the running jumper. Hard off the backboard. No good. Whistle and a foul. And it'll be on Charnowski crashing the boards. He bumped into Jones.
That's something Butch can live with. He was going hard to the basket. He was being aggressive. That's just a bad break.
Second foul on Charnowski. Team fouls are 4 each. Charnowski will leave. Travis Brown will come in, the 6'6 junior. Brown will match up here with Shane Murphy, who has checked back in for USD, and Kesty will be guarding Jones on this trip down court now for South Dakota. Brennigan front courts it for USD. Gets it off for Rosenquist, looking for Jones, lobs down low to the big guy. Kesty behind him. Jones goes up, shot is blocked. Kesty comes up with a loose ball. Into the front court now comes DeVita, passes in the lane. Brown goes to the basket, banked it in. The basket will count, and Brown will shoot the foul.
Coming into the game, South Dakota was supposed to have the big bench, but right now the Huskies have been fantastic off the bench. Chad Gurman came off the bench, hit 3 threes, and now Travis on the defensive end got a nice block shot on Chris Jones and converted the layup on the other end.
Foul was on Shane Murphy, his second. So Brown with his first points just coming off the bench as he got involved in the transition game, and he'll shoot the free throw. Springer out, Stu Kramer in for the Huskies. And Travis Brown steps to the line. The junior college transfer. Free throw in and out, back in again. 27-25, St. Cloud State. Backcourt pressure by the Huskies. Whistle and a foul on Kramer as Brennigan began his move up the right sidelines, trying to get it into the front court, and Kramer got too close. Whistled for his first foul, and the Huskies 5th as a team. Just over 5.5 minutes left, first half, as South Dakota comes in the front court. Pass on the left baseline. Jones kicks it back out. Brennigan, 3 if it counts. No, off the front iron. Rebound, DeVita bumped by his own man, Brown, but Dino did a good job keeping his balance, and now he'll dribble ahead in the front court. Brown has it atop the circle, back out to DeVita. Huskies set up in the half-court offense, leading by 2. DeVita dribbles to the line, passes out to Gurman on the wing. Now Kramer has it, top of the key. Kramer back to DeVita as the Huskies play catch now on the perimeter. DeVita goes to the drive against Brennigan, down the lane, stripped away. The ball is loose. Kesty recovers on the right side. Out to Gurman, top of the circle, 20 left to shoot. Now DeVita between the circles will set a new play for the Huskies. DeVita, the bounce pass, high post. Brown had it, and he was fouled as Brennigan, who was actually DeVita's man, Brennigan helping out, turning around. And weak side defense, he reached in and got his first foul of the night. South Dakota is outscoring its opponents by about 16 points per game. They're out-rebounding their opponents by over 8 per contest. As we mentioned, statistically, this USD team is very impressive. Pass in now for the Huskies. They work it around to Brown. He goes down the lane and walked. No doubt about that one, as Travis Brown protesting his case, but he looked like he was walking his dog on that one.
That probably wasn't what Butch really wanted right there, but he was aggressive. He went to the basket. That's all you can ask for.
Rosenquist back in for USD. He works it around to Taranis on the right side. Now Brennigan has it. Back to Rosenquist. He's beyond the top of the key. Rosenquist goes to the basket. 6-foot pull-up jumper is good as Rosenquist sliced down the right edge of the lane and gets his first points. What
South Dakota's doing right now, they're doing a little 4-out, 1-in, just letting Chris Jones manhandle inside. They're saying, hey, 1-on-1.
DeVita, fadeaway 14-footer, won't go. Rebound, Kesty puts it back up strong and banks it in.
Good, strong, aggressive move. He went right at the shot blocker. That's what you got to do against a shot blocker.
29-27 Huskies. St. Cloud State basketball on 98 Country. John Schroeder and Dean Kessler from Hallenbeck Hall. Rosenquist lobs down low. Jones open in the lane, banks it up, put it in. Jones shooting between Brown and Kesty, got it in.
That's what exactly Dave Boots is doing. He's putting Chris Jones on the block. Everybody else is clearing out, and he's just saying, stop us.
First field goal for Jones comes with just under 4 minutes left in the half. Gives us a 29 all tie. Jones with 4 points now. Kesty, top of the circle, spins to his right down the lane. Kesty banks it up and off, and he is called for the charge as Murphy set up in the lane. He waited for Kesty to get there, and Craig barreled into him as he had his head down on the drive. Kesty called for his first foul tonight.
But again, Greg, he was aggressive going to the basket. That's all you can ask for.
Now DeVita will hit the bench. Gurman will also get a breather. Brown also checks out for St. Cloud State, so 3 changes. Ward, McDonald, and Bodette back in for SCSU. Huskies and the Coyotes tied at 29, 3:30 on the clock. Here's Murphy called for the travel. Murphy way out on the perimeter, faked the 3 to get Kesty up in the air, but Murphy forgot to go to the dribble before he got those feet in gear. Pass in backcourt, St. Cloud State. Huskies trying to regain the lead, which for the Huskies has been only as big as 2 so far on 4 different occasions. South Dakota's biggest lead early on, 8 points. Bodette's outside jumper is good.
This is kind of an odd game. You got big guys going outside, and you got the small guys wanting to play inside.
Yeah. Rosenquist cuts from left to right on the perimeter dribble, passes in the lane. Jones tried to kick it back out, but it went off. Kesty glanced into the corner and out of bounds, so South Dakota will keep it.
St. Cloud did a great job. Once the ball got inside, they swarmed all over and make Chris Jones be a passer instead of a scorer.
You're talking about the big guys shooting the outside jumper. You look at South Dakota, they've got a ton of them. Corey Kettner at Mankato State. More and more big guys are taking the 3s. South Dakota loses it now. Pass off the hands of Jones, recovered by Kramer. Ahead to Ward in the front court. Huskies looking for the break. Now they slow it down. McDonald's three, yes!
Big bucket by Joel. What he did is he just found an area, spotted up, and Danny did a great job finding him.
A downtown bomb by McDonald, his first scoring, 34-29 Huskies. Jones bobbles it again, but is able to knock it back out on the perimeter. Now Rosenquist has it on the left side, and a whistle and a foul as Rosenquist's entry pass into the lane intended for Jones was knocked away, but that's because he was fouled. Looks like it'll be Bodette.
South Dakota is really trying to use Chris Jones. They're really trying to take advantage of possible matchup problems with his quickness and his great athletic ability.
Foul on Bodette, his second. That's 7 on the Huskies, so USD now into the bonus. And Jones will go to the line. Jones, a former Mr. Basketball at Hamilton High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Free throw good. He was a top 100 recruit in the nation, folks. We're talking Division I, everything. He was one of the top 100 players when he came out 3 years ago, according to the recruiting services. Second free throw rolls around and goes down. 6 points for Jones. He's made all 4 of his free throws. 34-31 Huskies with 2:15 left first half. Now Ward slowly dribbling ahead for St. Cloud State. Beyond the top of the circle, passes to his right on the wing. Here's Kramer. Now he dumps it off. Free throw line jumper by Bodette is very short. Rebound off the hands of Jones, recovered by Taranis. Pushes it up now quickly. Right side wing pass front court. Murphy open. Right jumper, no good. Right corner shot wouldn't go. And the rebound cleared by the Huskies, and Ward's on the break. Kramer now. Left side. Bounce pass to Kesty at the high post. Long jump hook by Kesty, and he was fouled by Jones. Kesty went into that running hook motion about 13 feet away from the basket, which you don't see too far, and he might have caught Jones off guard on that move.
But I like what Greg's doing the last few games. Once he gets the ball, he's just reacting. He's just playing the game. Once Greg starts thinking a little too much, he starts analyzing things instead of just reacting. He's a great offensive player when he just reacts to the game.
And you know what the ironic thing about that is that Kesty, a business major, is a very intelligent young man, very good student, but in a game of reactions like basketball, don't think, just do it, baby.
Right. Everything's reaction.
Kesty at the line, free throw in and out, no good. Kesty will have one more coming. Springer is back in the game for the Huskies. Scott, the senior small forward, has come in.
This will be a big defensive stand for the Huskies. They're up 34-31 with 1:48 left. They got the momentum on their side. They can't let a big play change the momentum right now.
Kesty makes the second free throw. 1 of 2 for Greg. It's 35-31 St. Cloud State with 1:40 left first half. Shane Murphy has it front court pass in the lane. It was intended for Jones, knocked away by Kesty on great anticipation. He cut around Jones and slapped it away. Now the Huskies in the front court. Ward cuts to his right on the drive, puts up the off-balance jumper and put it down.
Danny's so good at those shots. You don't know how they go in, but as long as they go in, that's all that matters.
A mid-air hanger from the right side, about 8 feet out. Double pump shot, making it 37-31 Huskies with 1:10 on the clock. Rosenquist, three-point attempt, right wing short, rebound Kesty. Hands it off for Ward. Huskies on the break. Ward, long pass ahead. Kramer shovels it behind him, intended for Springer, intercepted by Brennigan. And he starts the break for USD. Brennigan down the lane, a 360 dish and a whistle and a foul as Brennigan sliced down the left edge of the paint. He did a complete midair pirouette as he tried to shovel it to Taranis, but as Brennigan was midair, he was fouled on Ward. Ward's second, the Huskies' 8th, so Brennigan will shoot 2.
Chad Kerman coming back in the last 54 seconds to provide some offense. He came off the bench earlier, gave him a great spark. Doing a good job.
Andrews back in as well, and Rosenquist will leave for USD. I said 2 shots. This will be a 1-and-1 for Brennigan, who is making his 77th consecutive start for USD tonight. Unusual free throw shooting style. 1 foot, his right foot well in front of the left. Dean, you don't see that too often.
No, but he's making 89% from the free throw line. He can do whatever he wants to.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Brennigan coming into the weekend 10th in the league in assists, 3rd in free throw percentage, and 4th in three-point percentage. Second free throw up and good. He makes them both. It's 37-33 now in favor of St. Cloud State. Brennigan with a good scoring first half. He's got 9 so far. Husky lead is 4. 45 seconds on the big clock, 36 on the shot clock. Let's see if the Huskies decide to work it down. Way out on top as Gurman leaves it for Ward. Huskies are in an offensive set here where indicates that they do want to work the clock. Ward dribbles to the right wing, stops, brings it out for Springer. 20 on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Ward dribbling right to left, way out near the timeline. To Springer, McDonald hands it back to Ward. 10 seconds left to shoot. Ward, one hands a pass to the free throw line. Springer goes to the left-hand dribble. Springer dumps it to the baseline over the head of Kesty, out of bounds. Turnover, Huskies. So South Dakota now with 13 seconds left to attempt a final shot. Lauren DeCrife has come back into the game for USD. He's their sophomore backup forward. The bespeckled one has the goggles on. Jones with 8 seconds for DeCrife, right wing. DeCrife will push up a three. He hit it. Big shot by DeCrife, cutting the Husky lead to 1 at halftime.
That's what I was talking about. Huskies had the momentum. They were up 37-31. South Dakota made a great play. Now they got the momentum going into the second half. Big play.
Butch Raymond was having words with one of the officials, as I think he felt that one of the Huskies was illegally screened off. At any rate, DeCrife makes the big shot, making it a 1-point game at intermission. Our score at halftime, the Huskies 37, the Coyotes 36. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Dakota made all 6 of its free throws. The Huskies were 3 of 5, rebounding 16-11 in favor of St. Cloud State. Turnovers, 8 for the Huskies, 7 for the Coyotes. There's the pass in. We're underway with second half play. Huskies have the ball and the 37-36 lead. Sharnowski has it. Clears it out for Kesty, now to Ward. Those three starting along with Kramer and McDonald, the original 5 starters, beginning this half as well for Butch Raymond and the Huskies. South Dakota, meanwhile, has their original starting 5 out there of Brannigan, Andries, Taranas, Jones, and Kloth. Here's a pass that goes out of bounds, and Jones knocked it off of Sharnowski. So South Dakota gets it on a turnover as the Huskies had lost it. It was going out of bounds. Last touched by USD. Jones kept it with the Coyotes after he knocked it off a Husky player. Now into the front court comes USD. Jones is high posting right now for the Coyotes. Gets it cross court to Andries. On the right side, Taranas. Now Brannigan on the wing. Jones way out, high edge of the lane to Taranas. Tries a three. It's short, no good. Rebound, McDonald had it knocked out of his hands momentarily, got it back. McDonald to Ward. He cuts into the front court. Kesty has it left wing for the Huskies, back out to Ward. 1 minute into the second half. Neither team has scored yet this half, so the Huskies still hanging on to that 1-point lead. Kesty turns, shoots, and misses in and out from that free throw line. Jay. Rebound to Andries. Here come the Coyotes. Brannigan pushes it ahead on the break. Cuts to the baseline, stops, cut off by Ward, brings it out Andries to Taranas, top of the circle. Taranas dribbles left off a pick. Passes back to his right to the point guard, Brannigan. Now Andries tries a three and missed it off the back iron. Long rebound. McDonald went after it with a head-first dive, but it was saved by Brannigan. Clears it out. Taranas now to Andries. Brannigan, his three-pointer, left wing, won't go. Rebound, a battle. Jump ball is called as Kesty and Jones came down with the ball equally, and they'll give it to South Dakota on the alternate.
Both teams seem to be they're just kind of feeling each other out right now. You know, no one's really taking initiative out there. They want to get the good shot.
Pass in for USD from the baseline. Brannigan gets it in for Jones. Guarded tightly by Kramer here. Kramer guarding Jones right now. They're in the right corner. Jones hands it off for Brannigan. And Jones sets a pick for the point guard. Brannigan passes up the shot instead, reverses it back out on top. Here's Taranas atop the circle. Now Brannigan, left wing, 30 on the shot clock. Brannigan works off that pick again to the top of the key. Passes to Taranas on the wing. Back on top to Andries. Mark Andries, the senior off guard. Now Brannigan has it atop the circle plus. Brannigan dribbling to his left. Huskies in the man-for-man right now. Pass glances off the hands of Jones. He runs it down near the timeline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Jones going one-on-one against Kesty. Goes down the lane, tried to dish. Intercepted by Sharnowski. Gets it off for Ward. Here come the Huskies on the break. Ward pushes it up. Down the lane goes Ward. Dishes. There's Kesty. Banks it in.
Nice penetration by Danny. Good job. First 5 minutes are always most important in the second half, and the Huskies are out to a good start.
Ward had 6 assists in the first half. Has his first helper here. It's 39-36 Huskies. This half starting much like the first half did. No scoring early on. Took us about 2 minutes, close to 2:40 on the clock before we had our first scoring this half. Right side jumper for the Coyotes by Andries. Rolls out on the rebound of McDonald. Gets it ahead to Ward. Here come the Huskies. Ward up the right side looking for Sharnowski. Finds him underneath, and Sharnowski was fouled. As Ward tried to push it ahead on the break, and Kloth came over his shoulder. Mike Kloth, the first player to get 3 fouls.
Coming out second half, Huskies look really alive, and South Dakota looks kind of slow on their feet right now. What we got to do is we got to make sure we can't give up a big play. A Chris Jones slam dunk, a Brennigan three-pointer, we can't allow that.
Coming in now is Shane Murphy to replace Kloth at the post. Pass in, Charnowski tries the running jumper from the lane, rims around and comes out no good. Rebound to USD. On the break, here's Andries down the lane, goes to the left-hand layup, missed it, but he was fouled by Kramer. And Andries will go to the line.
Good, strong move. Andries coming into the game as a defensive stopper, but he's shown a lot of offense tonight. Hit a couple three-pointers. That time took it to the basket real hard.
A battle of the two teams that tied for second last year in the North Central Conference. St. Cloud State and the University of South Dakota. USD went 19-9 overall last year. And it was interesting, both these teams fell victim to the University of Northern Colorado in the NCC postseason tournament. The Coyotes were beaten in the quarterfinals by the Bears. The Huskies knocked off by UNC in the semifinals. St. Cloud State eventually finished third in that tournament. Andries makes both free throws. He has 8 points tonight. 39-38, St. Cloud State. Husky basketball on 98 Country. WWJO, St. Cloud, Minnesota. Ward's in the front court. Stops his dribble on the left wing. Gets it off for Kramer, then back to Ward between the circles. Ward dribbles right. Off a Beaudette pick. Ward goes to the basket. Missed the layup. Rebound Beaudette. His putback crawls out. Loose ball in the lane. It's a battle. Bodies all over the place. The ball is still loose, and it's tied up for the jump ball. As it was Beaudette and Jones who were finally able to tie up that ball after a mad scramble in the lane. And this one will stay with St. Cloud State now. The arrow is in their favor.
Well, you can't tell. Both teams want this victory tonight. They're on the floor. They're laying it on the line.
I think what
going to be decided on the floor tonight.
Dean, I think what Dave Boots said in our pregame interview, I believe him now, and that he said, you know, these players don't feel like they have anything wrapped up at South Dakota, even though they've got a 2.5 game lead in the conference. They feel like they have to work for everything they get, and they are playing hard.
And that's good too. You can't be a good shot by Jones.
Pass in to McDonald, left corner, and that jumper from 16 is good.
You got to keep playing. You know, I don't care if you're 19-1, 20-1. You got to play like it's an ordinary game.
41-38 now, St. Cloud State. Here's Murphy dribbling along the arc to the left corner, guarded by Charnowski. Murphy will kick it back out on top. Brennigan. Bounce pass to the right block. Open is Rosenquist. Banked it in and drew the foul. Kramer got him, and Rosenquist will have a chance for the three-point play.
That's the versatility. St. Cloud, what they usually like to do is they like to switch the 1, 2, and 3 man. That time Danny Ward got off on a bigger player, Randy Rosenquist. He just took him right down to the post. That's a good sign of a veterans team right there.
And you're right, that was Ward, not Kramer, who was also there, but Ward, who was called for the foul. That's his third, so he's the first Husky player to get 3 fouls. And at least for the time being, Butch Raymond will leave his valuable point guard in the game, and Rosenquist now steps to the line. Randy Rosenquist entering this game with 936 career points. Hits the free throw. He's got 5 tonight. He's a redshirt junior, so barring injury, he'll undoubtedly reach the 1,000-point mark here in the next week or two. And then who knows where he'll end. He's a prolific scorer. Huskies into the front court. We're tied at 41 as Rosenquist makes the throw for the three-point play. Charnowski has the ball down low. His shot is rejected completely by Jones after he got the lob pass in. Charnowski did from Beaudette. Nice play by the Huskies, but Jones showing that great athletic ability with his 19th block this year. Kramer has it at the free throw line for the Huskies. It's knocked away from behind by Rosenquist, out of bounds. It'll stay with State.
That was athleticism right there. He got up. I just wish everybody here could have saw that dunk that I saw down in Kentucky. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was on a table with someone laying down on it. It just cleared
like a banquet table, sort of?
And the guy was not just laying flat, he was laying on his side.
Oh, man.
Most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Pass in now for the Huskies. Chad Gurman's back in the game for St. Cloud State. Charnowski has it at the free throw line, working against Jones. Muscles his way in the lane. Turnaround jumper by Haug comes out. It was short. And the rebound to Rosenquist. Here comes USD with a chance to get its first lead of the second half. Brennigan down the lane. The scoop layup is good.
Good play. South Dakota's getting a little momentum right now. St. Cloud's got to get a good shot right now.
Brennigan with 11 to lead USD. It's 43-41 Coyotes. Charnowski at the right box. The jump hook swish. Charnowski shooting over Jones. Haug's first 2 this half. He has 10.
And when you need a big bucket, go to the German, Haug Charnowski.
43 all. This is our 5th tie of the night. 14:50 on the clock as Brennigan now dribbles with the left hand against Ward. Brennigan, the running jumper from the left baseline is good. Not Brennigan, rather, but Rosenquist on that running jumper. Ward nearly picked up his 4th foul. Now Ward will shoot a 3, and he missed it. As Rosenquist had fallen down after making his basket, Ward was open, so he took advantage, shot the 3, but it wouldn't go. 45-43 South Dakota, and they're in the front court with the ball. Now Brennigan will dribble out on top for USD. Senior point guard passes off to Murphy. He's at the high post going down the lane. Murphy takes 4 big steps, gets away with it, and banks it in on the running jumper.
That was a little NBA move there.
Well, 7 for Murphy. Butch Raymond wants a travel, but he's not going to get it, and he calls a timeout. Huskies will huddle with 14:10 left, second half. 47-43 USD, and we're back after this. Great idea. I love it. Couch potato basketball at South Dakota. Back to the action now. Just over 14 minutes left. USD leading by 4. DeVita's in for the Huskies at the point guard. Pass to the right block. Charnowski backing in against Jones. Fadeaway jumper. Good.
Haug's improved so much over his sophomore year. Just on the offensive end. He's always been a great defensive player, but his offense has just really picked up.
Charnowski with 12 tonight to lead St. Cloud State. Gurman has 11. Coyotes up by 2 in the front court. Brennigan left side. Gets it off now for Rosenquist. Cross-court pass. A bullet in the right corner to Murphy. Now they kick it back out on top. Andries to Rosenquist on the left side perimeter. Cross-court again to Andries. Right wing. Dribbles around. McDonald puts up the off-balance jumper. Andries won't go. Rebound was loose. Comes to Rosenquist. He banked it in.
All about being in the right place at the right time there.
Rosenquist with 7 this half. 9 on the night. 49-45. South Dakota. Huskies now on the left wing. McDonald tried to pass in the lane. We got a whistle and a foul called. As coming off a pick, one of the South Dakota players called for the foul. And it'll be Andries. That's his first tonight. Team fouls 2 aside this half. Kesty in for the Huskies. Charnowski will get a chance to rest. And for South Dakota, for USD, back in is Jones after a brief respite. Pass in now for the Huskies. DeVita trying to get it in, but it was knocked away by Andries out of bounds. Now USD will make another change as Lauren DeCreif comes in. And he'll take over for Kesty. First half scoring in this game for the Huskies. Gurman with 11. Charnowski with 8. 5 for Kesty. For USD, 9 for Brennigan. 6 points in the first half for Andries, and 6 as well for Jones. 49-45 South Dakota. 13 minutes on the clock. McDonald shoots a 3. In and out. No good. Crawls out of there as it hung on the rim. Rebound, a battle. Beaudette finally came up with it, and he was fouled. McDonald took the 3 after the man covering him, Rosenquist, had fallen to the floor. Somehow that ball came out of the cylinder. And then after a mad scramble, Beaudette fouled by Murphy. That's Murphy's 3rd.
It was a good play by Beaudette. Chris really hit the boards hard. He's really doing well out there. It looked like he was shooting, but they say he's on the floor.
Yeah, and he was at the line, and everybody was waiting for a free throw. One of the officials finally said, let's pass in from the baseline, folks. So that's what they'll do. DeVita gets it in. Gurman shoots immediately. His shot is blocked by Andries. The ball glances off the backboard, recovered by USD. A great defender is Mark Andries with a big block there. He's in the front court now. Andries passes off to DeCreif at the free throw line. Back out to Rosenquist, or Brennigan, I should say. Brennigan sets the ball on his hip and calls a play. Now Brennigan cuts to his right down the lane. Double team shot is blocked by Beaudette, but then the ball came back down onto Chris's chest, and he, by that point, his momentum had carried him out of bounds, so it goes back to South Dakota. Good rejection, though, by Big Bo. Now Brennigan will toss it in. Underneath his basket to the right on the baseline. Bounce pass comes to DeCreif. Lauren DeCreif passes off to Rosenquist. Down low. Turnaround jumper by Murphy is out of there. No good. Rebound long comes to McDonald. Gets it off for DeVita, and the Huskies come ahead down by 4. DeVita cuts down the right edge of the lane. Banks it up and in.
Good play by DeVita. Huskies needed that one right there. They needed a big basket to crowd into it. Right now they're into it.
First 2 by DeVita, who often will make that move. You'll see a slight sliver of daylight cut down the lane and bank it in. Nice move by Dino. 49-47 USD. Just under 12 minutes left as DeCreif receives a pass, top of the circle, passes behind him, further out to Brennigan. Andries on the wing, down in the left corner. Here's Rosenquist, goes into the lane. Rosenquist with an off-balance running jumper. It's good. Fans thought it was a travel.
Good play. Boy, I think these referees have been watching too much NBA basketball.
11 now for Rosenquist, of which 9 have come this half. 51-47 South Dakota. McDonald on the left side wing. looking in the lane. McDonald now goes to the dribble. Joel brings it out to DeVita. DeVita now working against Brennigan. Goes down the lane, passes off. Kesty's jumper might have been partially rejected. It comes off the rim, no good. Rebound to USD. Brennigan across the timeline, and now he'll slow it up and set up the half-court offense. Brennigan dumps it off to his right to Andrews. High post pass comes to DeCrife. Coyotes right now playing without their big forward Chris Jones, but they're not missing him. DeCrife goes down the lane and banks it in on a running jumper from the right edge of the paint. It's 53-47 USD. And now another timeout taken by St. Cloud State. Butch Raymond continues to jaw with the officials. 10:48 left. 53-47 USD, and we'll return after this.
Huskies, they like to switch a lot. When they switch, and Rosenquist sometimes gets off on DeVita and Ward, he's taking them right down to the post.
Huskies off their timeout, down by 6, into the front court. Charnowski for Kesty. Tries a 17-footer. Might have been partially blocked again. Kesty's last 2 shots, I think, in each case have been just ever so slightly deflected by DeCrife, who's come out, and Kesty's missed them both, and maybe because of that. South Dakota now in the front court, pass in the lane. Here's Rosenquist, shovels it cross court, open as Kloth lays it in.
Good play. That's Randy Rosenquist, all-conference player right there. He's scoring, he's passing, he's rebounding. He does it all.
Oh yeah, he's doing it all right now, and it's 55-47 USD. Charnowski beyond the top of the circle at the midway mark of the second half. Right now, as DeVita has it, 10 minutes left. Now to McDonald. He fakes, then shoots and hits. McDonald with the head and shoulders fake, got himself open.
Good play. South Dakota, they're a team that likes to block shots. If you give them a little head fake, they're going to go for it. Take a dribble and shoot the jumper.
Coyote lead is 6, 55-49. They're in the front court now with DeCrife. Top the circle. Brings it back out. Brennigan has it. He directs traffic with one hand while he holds the ball on his hip with the other. Now Andrews on the right wing goes to the baseline, dishes in the lane. Kloth back out to DeCrife. Free throw line. Jay rolls around and goes. Everything is going the Coyotes' way right now.
Well, Butch has got to be disappointed. You know, if Chris Jones beats you, that's one thing, but DeCrife, you know, that's another. He's made some big baskets tonight.
And now Gurman moves into the lane for the Huskies and draws a foul. I'm encouraged by Chad Gurman tonight. Not so much by the outside shooting, we know about that, but twice tonight he's drawn fouls on moves into the lane on the dribble drive, which is nice to see from him.
And that's what he's got to do. You know, I mean, everyone in the league knows he's a great three-point shooter, and what they're going to do is they're just going to run at him. Once he gets the ball, what he's got to do is just pump fake, go around him, and he's got a nice little 10-foot jumper.
That foul was on Mike Kloth, South Dakota's starting center. That's his 4th, so he'll leave, and Chris Jones back in. Now Gurman, the Huskies' top free throw shooter, is at the stripe, and his free throw is good. Nothing but net. Gurman, 82% from the line this year. That's his first point this half. He has 12 points now on the night. 9:17 left, 57-50. Coyotes, second free throw, in and out, and stays in.
What you got to like with South Dakota, they've got a 6-point lead, and Chris Jones was out the entire time.
Full court pressure, but Brennigan breaks it single-handedly as he drives into the front court. Gets it off for Jones, now back out. Rosenquist, he'll leave it for Brennigan, who will set up the offense on top. Pass to the left wing now. Rosenquist has it. Now they swing it around to the right side perimeter. Brennigan kicks it back out to Andrews. Now Rosenquist on the left wing. He's guarded by Gurman. Rosenquist to Brennigan. Right side, Andrews. Here's DeCrife at the high post. Rosenquist, he'll try a 3. That's short, no good, but he was fouled after the shot. No, they're going to say on the shot as Kesty ran into Rosenquist. Boy, it sure looked like he had already released, but the official's going to say on the shot, and that was a 3-pointer, so he'll shoot a triple. Team fouls 4 on South Dakota, 3 on the Huskies, and Rosenquist now will step up to the line.
You hate to criticize the officials because, to me, officiating is probably one of the toughest things any person can do. You got 4,000 people screaming and hollering at you, you know, and what you call could be the deciding point in the game. But that was clearly after the shot.
Rosenquist, who had 2 completely different shooting nights last year against the Huskies, a red-hot shooting night for the Coyotes' win at the Dakota Dome a year ago. And then when he came up here, South Dakota playing very well in the second half, Rosenquist had a horrendous night, something like 3 of 17 from the field, and just didn't have it that night.
Well, last year, when Randy Rosenquist went, South Dakota usually win.
Yeah. He makes 2 of 3 free throws there. Made the first and the third free throws So Rosenquist now with 13 points, and 11 of those have come this half. Now he'll leave, and that might be good news for the Huskies. 59-51, South Dakota Tyrannas will replace Rosenquist. Here come the Huskies now with DeVita. Keep in mind, Ward is on the bench and has been for about 6 minutes for the Huskies with his third foul. 8.5 minutes left. He should be back soon. Springer in the game for the Huskies. He's got it, slicing down the left edge of the lane. Brings it out for DeVita on the wing, that is. DeVita now cuts into the lane, puts up the 13-footer, swish.
Nice play by Dino. Gave a little head fake, got Brannigan off balance, and made the nice shot. Good play.
59-53, South Dakota. The Huskies hanging tough, trying to hand USD its first loss in conference play and its first defeat in 18 games this year. South Dakota on a roll, and they've got it in the front court with an even 8 minutes left. 6-point lead for USD. Andrews has it low on the left wing. Brings it back out now to Brannigan. Brannigan works off a pick, top of the key, down the lane, whistle and a foul. They're going to count that basket. I don't believe it. Brannigan's going to get the basket. It's going to count on a layup. The foul happened halfway down the lane, and they called it. They're going to count the basket. Brannigan's going to shoot the throw.
I don't know what he was looking at there. The foul is at the three-point line.
Oh, man. Free throw by Brannigan. Good. Dean, you made a comment earlier in this game, and again, we're not trying to be official bashers here. That foul, by the way, on DeVita. But there have been numerous instances in this game where they have called or not called plays that look like they were NBA plays. Continuation fouls, 3-4-step plays that they haven't called.
It's the most incredible thing I've seen. I've never seen him this bad tonight.
62-53 USD. Gurman, pull-up jumper, right side short. Rebound, Sharnowski on the left baseline. Sharnowski is fouled by Brannigan.
Officials better take control of this game right now.
Oh, man.
In a big game like this, the officials, they got to do a great job in making the correct calls, but also just to keep both teams under control. And if they keep making calls like this, it's going to get out of control, and it could get nasty later on.
Butch Raymond has got the coat off, so you know it's not been real good because he's not Clem Haskins. He's not a coat tosser on a regular basis, but it's off now. And Raymond having words with the official who called that last foul. Gurman's three is good. Gurman off a Sharnowski pick shot, that rainbow jumper to pull the Huskies to within 6.
Big play, big play.
Gurman's fourth tray of the night at 62-56, and the Hallenbeck crowd comes alive. Coyotes in the front court up by 6. Tyrannas passes left on the wing to Brannigan. John Brannigan brings it back out to Andrews, guarded by Ward, who's checked back in. Andrews, I should say, a pull-up jumper, 15 feet out, no good. Rebound to Sharnowski, ahead to Ward. Ward leaves a drop pass. Gurman dumps it in the lane. McDonald out to Sharnowski, and he'll bring it back out to McDonald, now to Ward.
Good patience right there.
Pass to Sharnowski at the free throw line. Gurman, he's open out the pick, fakes the three, now shoots it, hit it, and he was fouled. The basket will count, and he'll shoot a free throw.
Big play by Gurman. He could have took a chance going to the basket. All he did is step back and shot a three. That a great play.
The lead is down to 3, and Gurman will have a chance to cut it even further with the free throw. Gurman was open off a screen on the left wing. Andrews raced out to get to him as he fought through the pick. Gurman faked the three, took one dribble, was still outside the arc, shot the ball, and Andrews, who never gives up on defense, got back in his face and fouled him. So it's a three-pointer made, Gurman's 5th of the night, and a chance for a 4-point play.
That was a fantastic play.
Free throw no good by Gurman. So it's 62-59. Coyotes with the ball in the 3-point lead. 6.5 minutes left. They come forward now. On the left wing, Rosenquist. Cross-court pass. Brannigan has it to the baseline. Rosenquist shoots and misses. 10-footer crawls out of there. Foul on the rebound. Jones fouled Sharnowski. And that'll put the Huskies into the bonus.
Again, I think that's frustration for Chris Jones. He hasn't hardly touched the ball the entire game. He had, at halftime, he was 1 for 4, and I don't even know if he's attempted a shot in the second half.
I don't think he has.
And a great player like that, you got to get him the ball.
At the Dome earlier this year, Jones was 8 of 11 from the field, 12 of 14 from the line, 28 points. That's his season high, his South Dakota career high. He also had a team high 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. They don't have down block shots, but I know he rejected 3 or 4 shots anyway in that game. But tonight he's just not doing it. Free throw by Sharnowski, no good, but Jones fell into the lane, so he'll get another free throw. So not only is he not scoring, but he's having a problem keeping his balance right now.
He's having a tough game, and for South Dakota to pull this one off, they're going to have him down the stretch. He's a big player. They need him into the game.
Lane violation on Jones gives Sharnowski another crack at the 1-and-1. Free throw is up and good.
It's funny how one little thing like that, Howard's first shot, he missed it. You know, that's South Dakota rebound. They're going down on the other end, but it turns out made a violation. Here they scored the basket.
Coyotes have led by as many as 9 this half. The lead is down to 2 now. Make it 1 as Sharnowski makes both free throws. 62-61, full court pressure by the Huskies. Sharnowski now with 14. Long pass ahead to Jones. He races it in the front court. Jones goes to the dribble, cuts in the lane, whistle, and a foul on Ward. As they rule that Ward reached in, and that's his 4th foul. Tough situation for Danny Ward. With 3 fouls, he's on the perimeter against Chris Jones, who's going man for man in the break. That's a tough assignment.
People don't realize when Chris Jones was at Drake, he was a 3-man. So he was out in the perimeter. He's got great handles for a big man. And now South Dakota's trying to put him inside to go against, to counterdict against the other North Central guys, big guys.
Pass in for USD. They cling to the 1-point lead as they work it out on top now for Shane Murphy. Like Jones, a former Drake standout. Now the long jumper. Brennigan, 3-pointer. Count it.
Brennigan, he's done that all year. He's a great point guard. Great point guard.
65-61 Coyotes. The Howling Pack has gotten 8 this half out of Brennigan, 17 on the night. Here's Springer down the lane. The driving layup attempt, no good. Partially blocked, but he was fouled by Murphy.
Nice play by Scott. He went hard to the hole, got a foul. That's what they need.
Foul on Murphy, his 4th. He and Cloth, the top 2 big men for USD in terms of center-type players, or 5 men. They each have 4 fouls. Dan Ward with 4 for the Huskies, and Springer will go to the line.
Well, this game's definitely going to come down to the wire. Something I think everybody expected before the game. You know, both teams came into the game red hot. South Dakota's won 17 in a row. St. Cloud's won 6 in a row. It's been a great game tonight.
Taranis in and Murphy out now for USD. And here's Springer now at the line. Scott Springer playing in his 108th career game as a St. Cloud State basketball player. Free throw in and out, no good. That ties him with Dan Hagan for 7th on St. Cloud State's all-time list for games played. 108 tonight for Springer. One more free throw coming.
It's a big free throw for Scott. What it does, if he makes it, they can set up in the press.
And he did. 1 of 2 for Springer, 65-62 USD. Pass in comes to Taranis, and the Huskies back off, and now Brennigan will front court it on the dribble. Brennigan on top. DeVita in for Ward now for the Huskies. Ward with 4 fouls. Taranis, 3-pointer, left wing off the front iron. Rebound is tapped out to Gurman. Now to DeVita. Here come the Huskies on the break. DeVita down the middle, cuts into the lane, veers through on his dribble into the right corner, and he'll race it back out on top. Huskies down by 3 with 5:20 left. DeVita setting up the offense. Dribbling to his right, passes left, McDonald on the perimeter. Dumps it off to Sharnowski. High post now to Gurman on the right wing, working against Andries. Gurman thought about the drive, but Andries cut him off. Back out to DeVita, 20 on the shot clock. DeVita dribbles left to right along the arc. Passes off in front of the Husky bench. Gurman now a pass down into the lane to Sharnowski, and away from the play, a loose ball foul on Randy Rosenquist as he was holding McDonald. Rosenquist has his 2nd of the night. That'll put McDonald at the line.
That's something South Dakota didn't want. That's their 9th foul this half, so that puts them in the 1-and-1 again. And the Huskies have been doing really well at the free throw line.
And McDonald, who has 8 tonight, goes to the line. Free throw good.
Anytime a team is leading, the last thing they want to do is commit, unforced turnovers and stop the clock. They don't, no fouls.
Second free throw by the sophomore from Chisholm is good. Huskies are to within 1. 65-64 South Dakota. Full court pressure. Lob pass into Andries. He's able to save it in traffic. Gets it ahead to Taranis, who dribbles ahead past the timeline. Now John Brennigan, the point guard, setting the offense. Passes right to Andrews. On top to Taranis. Brennigan on the left side, high wing. Brennigan back out on top to Mark Andrews. Here's Rosenquist now. Dribbles between the legs on the wing. Bounce pass in. Jones got himself open. Banked it up. Hit the shot and was fouled. Charnowski gambled. He went for the steal. The bounce pass got to Jones. Springer came over to help out and drew the foul, or was called for it rather, and Jones will have a chance for the three-point play.
Great concentration. You know, that, like we said earlier, that might be his first shot here in the second half. Nice play.
It's his first field goal of the second half, that's for sure. His first scoring this half. He's got 8 points now.
And that was definitely a momentum stopper. St. Cloud had the crowd into it. They were only down by 1. Now they're down by 4.
Free throw is good. Three-point play for Jones makes it 68-64 Coyotes. 4:25 left. On the left side wing is McDonald. Dribbles to the baseline, brings it back up the wing to Springer. Now to Charnowski at the high post. Jump hook over Jones off the back iron. No good, and Charnowski whistled for the foul as he came over the back of Jones trying to get it back. And Haug has his third. That's 7 now on St. Cloud State, so both teams into the bonus.
With Chris Jones, he's 6'6", but with his arms, he's almost 6'10", 6'11". I mean, he's just a phenomenal athlete. He's got great spring in his legs, go along with those. I mean, he's got extra long arms. I mean, they're down to his knees.
He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
He's got the body. He's the kind of guy who, it's no wonder why he was Division I. He's got the tools, baby. Free throw is good. He earns the bonus.
I have a lot of friends that live in Milwaukee, and there's, you know, they got their playground legends like they do in Chicago, and Chris Jones is one guy everyone always talks about.
And he makes both free throws here. One thing he does very well is shoot free throws. He does a lot of things very well. 70% free throw shooter, pretty good for a big man. 70-64 South Dakota. They've scored 5 straight thanks to Jones. Huskies in the front court down by 6 and even 4 minutes left. McDonald at the top of the key. Thought about the three-pointer, now whistle and a foul underneath. As DeVita was trying to get himself free, and Brennigan will be whistled. No, it's not going to be Brennigan. Instead, it'll be Jones. He was also there, and that's 3 on Jones. 10 now on the Coyotes, so DeVita's going to shoot 2.
And again, that stops the clock. With 3:55 left, South Dakota's up by 6. This gives the Huskies a chance to score without any time going off the clock. Again, South Dakota does not want to foul. Worst thing can happen right now.
It'll likely, though, be a last 3 minutes, 55 seconds filled with foul shots, which might help out the Coyotes. Free throw by DeVita, rolls around and comes out. No good. He's got one more coming. USD has shot 136 more free throws than their opponents this year, and they've made 124 more than their foes. So South Dakota has shot a ton more free throws than have their opponents, and that's primarily because they're ahead at the end of all their games that they've been winning. This 17 straight win streak. DeVita misses both free throws, so it stays at 6. 6-point lead for USD. 3:40 left. Here come the Coyotes now. Brennigan out on top. Bounce pass to Jones, who's way out on the wing with Gurman on him, of all people, on a switch there. Now Charnowski gets back on Jones as Rosenquist has it on the wing, fires it in the lane. Taranis bangs, puts it up, and missed it. In and out. Rebound Kesty. Outlet comes to DeVita. Here come the Huskies on the break. DeVita past midcourt. Stopping on the wing, giving it up for Kesty at the high post. Kesty takes one dribble, lobs in the lane. Charnowski there, whistle. He hit the shot, and a foul was called. Taranis whistled. Dean, I hesitated because I thought for an instant they were going to call a walk.
All I know is they better counted that basket. If they counted that basket by Brennigan, who went off at the three-point line, they better have counted that one.
Foul on Taranis, his first of the night. And Charnowski with a chance for the three-point play. Speaking of free throws, it was Troy Taranis who hit 2 of them in the last 4 seconds to give South Dakota a win in Grand Forks against North Dakota last weekend. A huge win that night, a 2-pointer for USD. Charnowski's free throw is away and rims around and out. Boy, Huskies uncharacteristically missing foul shots, and some big ones right now. 70-66 South Dakota, 3 minutes left in regulation. Here comes USD now. Rosenquist on the wing. Brennigan on top. Out of the right side wing. Andrews has it above his head, looks to the lane. Takes one dribble, shovels a left-hand pass to Rosenquist at the point. Bounce pass left corner. Taranis back up the wing to Rosenquist. Reverses it on the right side perimeter. Andries goes to the dribble. Past Gurman. Banks it up and in.
Good play. Andries, I tell you what, he's a good athlete. I mean, he's got little jumps to him. He plays great defense, good quickness, nice jumper. Good player.
Coyotes up by 8. Charnowski muscles his way in the lane through a double team and missed the layup. Tough shot by Haug as he had Rosenquist and Jones all over him. And now the Huskies are in trouble. 2:20 on the clock.
Well, South Dakota gets their rebounds. They got elbows above the rim right now. They're getting up.
6-point spread right now as the Coyotes work the offense. They're going to be very patient. 2:05 in the game clock, 25 in the shot clock. And Brannigan in no hurry. He's just standing out near the timeline. McDonald on him. Rosenquist now back to Brannigan. Huskies need a defensive stop right now. 15 left to shoot. Brannigan dribbling left to right out near the timeline. Now he's double teamed. Brannigan gets rid of it. A near steal. It gets to Rosenquist. He'll shoot the three. It's off the rim. No good. Long rebound. Rosenquist is able to run it down in the corner. New 45 on the shot clock for USD. Whistle and a foul on the Huskies. As Brannigan in traffic bumped with McDonald, who is called for the block.
Another questionable call.
8 fouls as a team on the Huskies. McDonald with his first of the night, so that means Brannigan shoots the bonus. This guy's a tough free throw shooter. 89% coming in, 49 of 55, 87% in conference. Brannigan bends at the knees, that unusual front foot, back foot style, hits the free throw, gets the bonus.
You were supposed to talk him up. Come on, talk him up.
I was trying. Second free throw good.
See, you didn't talk him up good enough.
10 this half, 19 on the night for Brannigan. USD with 4 straight leading, 74-66. Ward's outside jumper won't go. And the rebound is South Dakota. So the Coyotes with the ball and an 8-point lead, 1:25 left. Andries under pressure and fouled by Gurman right as he came into the midcourt circle. So now Andries will go to the line.
What it's coming down to is the free throws. South Dakota makes the free throws. They're going to come out of this with their 18th straight victory and 11th straight in the North Central Conference.
Andries, who played behind current NBAer Tony Bennett when he was one of the Phoenix at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. He's a 76% free throw shooter. Free throw good, and he gets the bonus.
Well, that ought to make you pretty good chasing him around. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah, you bet. 75-66 USD. Another free throw, and it's a double-digit lead. It's good. Oh, man. Huskies are in tough shape now. 1:20 left to go. Here comes Ward across the timeline for St. Cloud State. They're down by 10. Ward cuts to his right, goes into the lane, looking for Gurman, gets it to him. Gurman puts up the three, partially blocked by Andries, and the air ball taken by Rosenquist. Fans thought there was a foul, but Andries, so tough defensively, came up with the block. Here's Jones. He jams it, but it won't count. Jones called for traveling. Now, you figure that one out, Dean. With the kind of steps we've seen taken all night, that looked like a perfect power move by Jones, but they called him for traveling on the jam off a transition. Huskies get a break. A minute left.
A little athleticism there, boy.
Here goes Ward to the baseline, kicks it out. Kesty, free throw line jumper is good, and a foul underneath. Kesty nailed the jumper, and the foul on South Dakota. So with 54 seconds left, it's an 8-point spread, 76-68. Kesty with 9.
The game's not over. You know, they're down by 8. Kesty makes this possible 7. You know, anything's possible. Everybody think back Mankato State 2 years ago. Here we were up by 8 or 10. About 40 seconds left, and they ended up beating us.
Don't even bring that game up.
I hate that game.
Yeah. 54 seconds left. Kesty's free throw good. 3-point play for Greg. 76-69. Pass in on the baseline and fouled immediately is Brannigan. McDonald got him. Joel's second. And that's 10 now on the Huskies. So Brannigan will come back to the other end to shoot 2. John Brannigan, a guy who averages 8.6 points per game. But in the earlier meeting this year, he had 16 against the Huskies. He has 19 as he steps to the line now. So he's been an overachiever scoring-wise against St. Cloud State this year.
Well, he's a very steady player. You know, he does nothing wrong. You're probably seeing tonight probably the 2 best point guards in the league.
Free throw good. Point number 20 for Brannigan. 77-69. Dave Boots last year said, I asked him, why is this guy as a guard in the top 10 in the league in field goal percentage? He said he never takes a bad shot. 78-69 USD. 49 seconds left. Ward will try a 3. Right wing, good. And a quick timeout called by the Huskies. So a glimmer of hope remains for St. Cloud State as they get the timeout with 43 seconds left. 78-72 South Dakota. Now, assuming that USD brings the same 5 out on the clock, back out on the court, let's see who the Huskies should foul. Jones, a 70% free throw shooter, but he's been perfect tonight, 7 straight. Tirana 76%, but he's in the top 10 in the NCC. In conference play, 81%. Brennigan, don't even talk about him, almost 90% from the line. Andrews, 76%. And who is their 5th guy out there right now? Rosenquist. Rosenquist shooting 70%, so not a real good choice, Steve.
No, they're all very, very good free throw shooters, and that's what it takes to be an NCC champion. You know, what I like about South Dakota is they just have so much balance. They got a heady point guard. They got a good, solid 2-man who, he's not a great scorer, but he's going to stop the other 2 men in the league. You got a fantastic 3-man combination in Taranis and Rosenquist, and you got great inside with Jones, Murphy. They're a very good team. And
I'll tell you something.
It's going to be very, very good to beat nationally.
Getting back to free throws, South Dakota has made their free throws down the stretch. They lead the league in that department. The Huskies second in free throw percentage, but St. Cloud State has missed some very key free throws here in the second half that's enabled South Dakota to get some breathing room. We've got a timeout called by South Dakota. Rosenquist was going to inbound on the baseline off the Husky timeout. He was running up and down the line, couldn't find anybody due to good St. Cloud State defense, so South Dakota takes a timeout with 43 seconds left. Dean, coming into the weekend, USD 75% as a team from the line in conference play. The Huskies 74%, so the top 2 teams in free throw shooting percentage, but that's been the difference tonight.
Yeah, South Dakota's made them and St. Cloud hasn't. That's the biggest thing.
Looking over our free throw totals here, 12, South Dakota 15 of 16 from the line in the second half unofficially.
St. Cloud needs to put the press on, try and create a steal, if not foul right away, and just hope they miss the free throws.
Rosenquist will pass it in. From the baseline, the Huskies are matching up man for man all over the court. Rosenquist still looking, gets it in for Andrews. He's fouled immediately by Gurman. That took 1 second off the clock. 42, Huskies, all they can do now is cross their fingers and hope South Dakota clinches up a bit at the line. That foul on Gurman, his second.
I'm really surprised Andrews only shoots about 74%. I mean, he's got great form. The only thing I can see is, you know, he doesn't go to the line that often. And when he gets up there, he might be a little tired or whatever, but he's got great form.
78-72 South Dakota, 42 on the clock. Free throw, good. Nothing but net by Andrews.
Nothing's jinxing him tonight.
No. 79-72 Coyotes. Andrews is a great free throw shooter. It didn't work. Free throw good. We'll try anything, folks. 80-72 with 40 seconds left. Into the front court, Ward quickly tried to pass it back out. Deflected, gets to Kesty. McDonald passed up the long 3. Dribbles to his right, now shoots from 22. That's short. Rebound, McDonald has it back. Off balance, put back from the lane, won't go. Rebound, Rosenquist, and he's fouled with 27 seconds left. That's on Ward, and that'll be 5 fouls for Danny Ward.
Well, it looks more and more the South Dakota's won their 18th straight game. They're a great ball club. They got a nice team this year.
Foul on Ward, his 5th, the second time this year that the Husky point guard is fouled out of a game. He'll leave with 5 points. Back at the other end, Randy Rosenquist will step to the line and shoot 2, trying to completely close the coffin now on the Huskies. Free throw, no good. They missed. What do you know? Rosenquist, who had the only miss this half for the Coyotes prior to missing that shot. They were 16 of 17 from the line this half. Misses the second one as well. 25 seconds left, 8 points, South Dakota lead. DeVita quickly in the front court. Dribbles between the legs atop the key. Dumps it down low. Kesty, left baseline jumper. Coyotes will let him have it. It's in and out. Rebound comes to Jones. 15 seconds left, and that does it. 10 seconds left. South Dakota fans, and they're in pretty good number, are on their feet, cheering as Brennigan brings it in the front court as time runs out. 2-1-0. There it is. South Dakota has won its 18th consecutive game, and for the first time ever, The Coyotes win on St. Cloud State's home court. Final from Hallenbeck Hall. The Coyotes 80, the Huskies 72. Back after this.
Got those winter blues.